Welcome to SIM Towers, the home of the UK's finest multi-network SIM card. The modest home of the UK's finest multi-network SIM card. This is a batch of Teltonica RUT 200s. Some of you watching will be very familiar with the Teltonica brand, and we have a hell of a lot of customers that rather than just taking SIM only, which is our core business, prefer it if we supply the routers as well, which is how we got into supplying hardware. These are 4G Cat4 LTE routers. They've got a single LAN and a WAN port. Like I say, Cat4 modem, so there's no carrier aggregation. Pretty basic, but less than £100, and they do an absolutely incredible job for our customers. There is not much that you cannot do with a Teltonica. The SIM cards, mostly deployed in the UK, connect onto all mobile networks. So the Vodafone, O2, 3 and EE. Now when the SIM, the multi-network SIM, is placed inside a router, the router will choose which of them 4 networks to connect to and pretty much stick to it. So historically, you could be in the position with a multi-network SIM where the router may be connected to this network, which has got low bandwidth, but one of these could have triple, quadruple what this one's got. But you were stuck. With SIM, there is a network switcher. So on our portal, you are able to see which network a router is connected to. And if it seems to be slow, which you can actually check by remotely connecting to this router through the SIM card's private IP address using a VPN, you could speed test the network. And if it's too slow, remotely switch it using the SIM portal. That's what the network switcher is. SIMs are quite unique in the fact that there is no contracts and you can turn them on, off and back on as needed. We do not insist in minimum 1 year, 2 year contracts, data pools, which are an absolute waste of time in our opinion. Clearly we're biased, but the way we see it is a data pool means that you are going to commit to a set amount of data every month, okay? Now, at the end of that month, only one of 2 things can happen. You're either going to use less data than the pool or more data than the pool. Would you agree? If you use less data than the pool, it means you've paid for data that you're not using. If you use more data than the pool, only one of 2 things can happen. You get stung with an overage rate, which can be absolutely extortionate, or all your SIMs disconnect. Would you agree? Only one of them 2 things can happen. So what is the advantage of a data pool over pay as you go? So with SIMs, there's a monthly rental and you pay for the data on a meg by meg basis. You only pay for the megabytes that are consumed, and you can put alerts and caps. So you can still cap how much data can be consumed per month per SIM, but only pay for what is actually consumed. So the safety net of a pool with the flexibility of pay as you go. And there's no contract. The SIMs can be turned off, on and back on as needed. Quite an important point. This chart needs updating, but our startup is really expanding quickly as more and more businesses shift their IoT and multi-network SIM cards to the hottest show in town.